Damar Hamlin was fully cleared, and obviously this has been a very long journey, 106 days ago. But for you as a leader on this team, what was it like to be working out next to that guy again?
Yeah, well, I haven't gotten to see him since I saw the news. We kind of work out at different times. The defense goes a little earlier, we go later, and switch off for meetings. So I haven't been able to give him a big old hug yet, but it's been good to see him in the building. Right when this thing happened, that was his mindset from the very start. Was I'm going to play again, and you're never going to doubt a guy like that who's had a lot of adversity in his life, and he's continued to find ways. And this is just another obstacle that he's been able to get around and push forward. And super excited for him, super excited for our team. He's a heck of a football player, and we love having him back.
How did everything go with the elbow this offseason? I know you said there wasn't surgery required, just some rest. How did all that rest go? Have you had to see anybody, and how are you feeling now?
Yeah, I haven't seen anybody. It feels really good. Threw a couple times, and again, no issues. So, just getting back on track. Obviously, within this first phase and a little bit into the second phase, not a whole lot of throwing here in the building, but trying to find other outlets to be able to get guys moving around, getting the ball in the air. So, stuff we're still working around, and that's the rules we have to work with, and it is what it is. But we'll find ways where we can still get some work done.
No impact on the golf game?
No, not at all.
What's off-season training been like? I mean, obviously you've talked so much over the last couple of years about your work with Jordan. Have you done anything different this offseason?
Not a whole lot different. It was a lot of rest, a lot of mental recovery. This last season was pretty draining throughout, physically, emotionally, mentally. Again, just trying to reboot, and I think at this point in my life, I've never been as focused or locked in football than I am right now. So I'm very excited. I'm looking forward to getting here with the guys and building that team camaraderie, and having guys over, and again, just doing that piece of it, because I think that's such a huge piece of it when you're able to trust teammates inside and outside the facility. And again, we're in Buffalo, so there's not a whole lot to do here in terms of outside recreation and stuff like that. So having, again, guys over to my spot, breaking bread together and having a good time, and again, just getting to know each other on a deeper level, I think that pays dividends in the season.
When you say you've never been more focused than you are right now, is there like a leading factor to that? Is it because of last season? Is it just because of where you're at in your career? Like, what's driving that focus?
I think it's a mixture of a lot of things. But again, going into my 6th year, understanding this offense fully, and again, just trying to dive in deeper with Dorsey and Joe Brady in our quarterback room, just trying to be the best leader, the best teammate, the best quarterback that I need to be for this team to win football games. And again, we need to get over that hump, and I understand that. We understand that. And again, you got to look from within sometimes, and again, just finding new ways I can get better. Taking care of myself on the field, whether it's taking hits, protecting the football, not putting the ball in harm's way. And again, just finding better ways to help this team win football games. There's a lot of times last year, looking back at film, where one, I was just being careless with the football, careless with my body. At the end of the day, availability is the best ability. So a lot of different things that I'm working on right now and learning from. And what I'm excited about is our quarterback room with Matt and having Kyle here, and then Joe, and Lube's in there too. Just going over concepts that we love and diving deeper into those things. So my eyes are in the right spot, and I'm putting the ball where it needs to be, on time, on target, making sure everybody's on the same page in terms of route and distance and angle of routes, because there's some times where we can clean that up as a team, and I think it's going to better us. And having those talks with Dorsey about concepts that I love that we need to keep working on, and this is the time to do it.
Stef Diggs raised some eyebrows on social media with some of the I guess cryptic posts that he made. Is everything good with him and you?
Yeah, absolutely. Stef's gonna Stef. I love the guy. He really is. He's one of my favorite people on this planet. He's so fiery. He's so competitive. He wants the ball in his hands 24/7, and I'm never gonna not like a guy like that. He wants what's best for the team. I know he's not here right now, and I wish he was here, but OTAs are a little bit of a different beast when it comes to all that stuff. But I'm just looking forward to getting back with him and working on things and continuing to get better, because, again, he's the best receiver in the league, and he helps us out a lot on this team. So, again, just looking forward to continuing our relationship and our on and off the field, and continuing to make plays for us.
And you talked about mentally draining, how mentally draining this last season was with Damar, snowstorms, the tragedies and all that stuff. Did you find yourself having to do anything different to decompress or perhaps put it aside to just separate yourself from all that happened?
You know, it was kind of learn as you go. There's a lot of moments where really unprecedented times where not many teams have ever had to face the adversity that we faced last year, and I'm so proud of how we handled things. You know, still being 13-3 in the regular season. We won our first playoff game. Obviously, didn't win the second one, and we want to win our last game. That's the main goal, is to win our last game. And obviously, we didn't get that done. But to look at the season, how it went, how I think successful it really was. And I know people get caught up in that last game, and it's easy to get caught up in that last game because we didn't perform at our best. And it's obviously something that we want back, and it's going to continue to drive us. But the way that we handled ourselves, the way that our team came together in some very dire times, I'm very proud of the players that we have on the squad, and again, that we're bringing back. We brought in a lot of new guys, and to have that leadership on this team, to kind of bring some of these newer guys up and show them what the culture here is all about and what we're trying to accomplish. I think it's a good thing that we got going, and that's hats off to our front office and our head coaching staff and the leaders that we have on this team to keep pushing us in the right direction.
Seeing Gabe go in year 3, now going into the final year of his contract, you've been here your 3rd year when you kind of ascended, really took that leap. What has he meant to you and the offense through the first 3 years he's been here?
Yeah, I mean, he does all the dirty work that you ask him to. He runs the clear outs. He runs the posts, the goes. He's running the deeper routes. And, again, I think sometimes when you look at stats, they're a little bit misleading when it comes to him. But, again, the dude he does all the right things. He does what you ask him to do, and he goes above and beyond. He strains each day when we're working out here. He's a guy that you can trust and depend on. You can't say a bad word about the dude. He's one of my favorite people too. We hang out a lot, and he works his tail off. So it's very easy to trust him. And again, I think putting him in better situations to have some catch and run opportunities and maybe move him around a little bit more is going to help us, help this offense, help him. And again, the things that we're looking at right now in our offense, and really how good our offense was last year. If you look statistically at our numbers, and then you look at the turnovers that we had, and that's big time on my part. Turn the ball over too many times, and if you can say we limit maybe half of those, and then add those to the numbers that we already have and the opportunities that we're giving our receivers and our running backs, I think it's only going to be positive outcomes. So again, continuing to work on that, and again, put our guys in good situations to be successful.
You've talked a lot about, people have talked too, about the way you play. Maybe it's just, I've never heard you use the word careless about playing. Was there any sort of epiphany about that this year during this offseason? You've heard it from enough people about how you need to play and protect yourself a little bit. Has anything really changed? I
don't think so. I think, again, getting into, I know it sounds crazy, but I'm getting older. It's like I can't continue to do this. I know when I'm using my youth, I feel like I can. But over the course of my career, I'm going to have to learn to adapt and change. And I've always had the mindset of I've been a football player first and a quarterback second, and at some point that's going to have to switch. When that point is, I don't know. I guess I'll let my body tell me. But I do want to be, like I said, I want to be the smartest quarterback with the football in my hands. I don't want to put the ball in harm's way. Because I know how detrimental that is for our team with those interceptions and the fumbles. So, again, just finding ways to work on that, being more decisive with the football, and, again, just getting back to maybe some of our more familiar concepts where guys know exactly what they're doing, I know exactly what they're doing, and, try to be successful that way.
That was an interesting thing you said there about being a quarterback first, maybe a football player second, or switching those. Is that a message that has been delivered from the team, or is that internal?
That's internal, and I'm a realistic guy. I think very logistically, and I know Father Time's undefeated, and football's a game where it's not if you get hurt, it's when you get hurt. It's going to happen to anybody at any point, and throughout the season, if there's a guy 100%. Playing 100%, I don't believe him. We go through our bumps and bruises, and it takes a while to heal up as you get older. And again, finding a routine that now works for me, whether it's spending more time in the training room or hot tub, cold tub, and just being smarter with that aspect and developing that routine to allow my body to heal faster and being smarter as time goes on.
It's been a topic really since you came into the league because, you know, your ability to run and the plays that you can make has been so good for this offense. But the messaging from the team about avoiding those unnecessary hits and sliding and stepping out of bounds, where are you at in terms of, you know, you feel like, I guess, your development in those areas, and how much is that being driven home by Sean and Brandon and in the front office?
No, I mean, I really wouldn't say it's being driven by them. I know that they've had a few questions in the media too, and those have been pointed out. But at the end of the day, it's just being smart with the football, smart with the body, and understanding situational football really better. You know, if there's a third down where we got to get it, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to get it. But if it's a 2nd and 10, I got 9 yards to go, no need to put the shoulder down and try to, we can get it on 3rd and 1 with our players and trusting the guys around me. And, and if not, so be it. We'll put Von Miller back on the field and let him go to work too, so.
Josh, has it been an interesting realization to start to look at yourself as a player who is getting older? I mean, you're sitting next to one who's played in the NFL for 10 plus years now. Is that something that you've started to do this offseason with how you take care of your body and go through an offseason?
I mean, a little bit. I think, again, it happens quick. I'm going into my 6th year. It doesn't feel like it's been that long. And again, I feel like I'm learning something new each and every year. And again, just leaning on some of the older vets that I've been around and learning how kind of they do it and how to, because there's a lot of ways to skin a cat, but there's really one way to be successful, and it's doing it the right way. And again, just trying to find what the right way is for me.
Is it hard to believe that you're going into your 6th season already?
Absolutely, yeah. I feel like I was sitting here, my first press conference coming in on that Friday after the draft, talking to you guys. So it happens quick.
I guess we're belaboring this point now, but I mean, don't you think you've really reduced hits you take near the sideline, like hanging on just too long, and like you cut all those like way down last year, before last year. Don't you think that's one area where you kind of improved a lot?
I think so. But again, there's some times last year where it's like I'm in the open field, I don't need an extra 2 yards. Get down, slide, and find another down, and again, it's worked up to this point, but I understand that there's going to be a time where it's not going to work so well. So, and those guys are licking their chops on the defensive side to go hit a quarterback too, so not giving them opportunities to go do that too often.
Josh, how intently do you watch the draft? Like, what's the communication like with Ian and Sean, and just like what is that like for you?
I'm telling them to trade up to number 1, go get a guy, and it is what it is. That Bean gets paid the big bucks to do what he does, and I know Coach McDermott has a lot of say in it too. But I do watch it. I do enjoy it because I remember being that guy and seeing the joy on players' faces and having their dreams be coming true. And whoever we draft, whatever he is, and we're excited to welcome those players into our team with open arms, and again, with our leadership, trying to guide them and bring them on board and get them going as fast as possible.
Did you enjoy the Masters, and hopefully you weren't very close to that tree when it fell?
I was not close, yeah. But yes, it's the greatest sporting event in the world. It's so fun. There's no phones out there, so hanging out, just being around people and being able to talk to people and just watch some good golf too. Follow around some guys. Followed Keith Mitchell around. That's my guy. So yeah, had a good time.
You gonna be at the PGA in Rochester?
You said what?
Are you going over to the PGA at Oak Hill?
Oh yeah, I'll be there. Oh yeah, Von's gonna be there too. Come on now.
How's your game coming along this offseason?
It's coming along all right. I've got quite a few rounds in. I feel pretty good about it, and golf's tough, though. You can go out one day and feel like you're on top of the world, and the next day you go out, it's like I throw my clubs away and need all new stuff, or maybe I don't even want to play this game anymore. So, but I love it. It's a way for me to get out there and, just put the phone away and be in nature and be around my friends and just hang out for 4 hours and play some golf at some really cool spots.
He's being modest. The guy shot 79. The guy shot 79 with ease. Go ahead, tell him, man.
Next question, please.
Where?
Craig.
Legit.